Hello, all. So, small item in the news. The United States of America is now saying that Israeli settlements in the West Bank are not a war crime, which has gotten all kinds of people upset at the U.S. I want to talk a little about this. Start with background. So, in 1948, the Kingdom of Transjordan, under the Hashemite King Abdullah, invaded Judea and Samaria and annexed them and renamed itself the Kingdom of Jordan. Transjordan means beyond the Jordan. Kingdom of Jordan means, well, everything around the River Jordan. In 1967, Israel attacked Egypt because Egypt had committed an act of war against Israel in closing the Straits of Tiran and the Gulf of Aqaba. The Kingdom of Jordan joined the war. They were actually lied to by the Egyptians. That's a shameful thing, really. Anyway, Kingdom of Jordan joined the war by attacking Israel, launching airstrikes against Israeli cities. Israel counterattacked, captured the old city of Jerusalem, and drove Jordanian forces over the Jordan River, which is a perfectly legitimate war. It was a defensive war in which Israel conquered territory from the aggressor, Jordan. In international law, that is perfectly legal. Israel has a claim to the territory, but at least under international law of the time, Israel had a legal claim to the territory. So, Israel did, and Israeli citizens began moving into what was considered legally at the time Israeli territory. But politics shifted, and well, then it became the occupied territories. And various international law types declared them to be, Israeli settlements, to be a war crime, including the U.S. government. So, now a lot of people are saying that the U.S. government should not change, having said that once, cannot now change their mind. Well, if we take that as a guiding principle, then the United States government should still be saying that women are not allowed to vote and slavery is okay. Governments change their mind. And looking at the reasoning behind the U.S. government's changing of their mind, it makes perfect sense. Basically, they're saying, we said that it's a war crime, and calling it a war crime did not help bring peace to the region. Now we're trying something else. It's logical, makes sense to me. I certainly do not consider the peaceful settlement of Jews in Judea and Samaria to be a war crime. But I feel a need to analyze this a little bit and say that this doesn't act... That reasoning, while it does make sense in and of itself, it does ignore certain other issues. The United States government made a legal judgment. They weren't setting policy. They were making a legal judgment when they said Israeli settlement in Judea and Samaria was a war crime. Now they're saying something different. They're not repudiating that earlier decision. They're not saying that earlier decision was wrong, which is what you need to do when you're changing a legal judgment. So, there are problems with how the United States government is handling this change. I think this change is a good idea. I really don't think that calling Israeli settlements in Judea and Samaria a war crime helps anyone in this situation. I do think that entering into further negotiations, discussions, settlements without such strong labels could help. And So that's what I got to say. And thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe. Please comment, ask questions. I'd be happy to answer them. And have a good day.